6 people remain in critical condition in hospitals in Manitoba with what are being described as significant injuries following a deadly collision involving a semi-truck and a bus Thursday afternoon, June 15th, on the Trans-Canada Highway. Shared Health released an update on Friday, June 16th afternoon on the 10 patients who remain hospitalized, saying they range in age from early 60s to late 80s. And they are all being treated for a variety of serious injuries at Health Sciences Centre in Winnipeg and at Brandon Regional Health Centre. Of those patients, 6 are in critical care unit and 4 are being cared for in a surgical unit. Dr. Sean Young, Chief Operating Officer at HSC, said the 6 patients in critical care suffered severe injuries and some have had surgeries with more operations expected. These injuries are quite significant, he said, saying the majority of injuries are orthopedic. The crash, which occurred around noon on Thursday, involved a semi-truck and a bus near the intersection of the Trans-Canada Highway and Highway 5. 15 people were killed. When asked if more deaths could occur as a result of the crash, Young said, "It is possible." Age does have a big impact on our ability to withstand injuries like this, Young said later in the news conference. It will impact their recovery. It will impact their outcomes as well. This is an elderly cohort of patients, so their recoveries will be long and their course could be complicated. A code orange situation was in place at Health Sciences Centre for several hours. Everyone is working at the same time in harmony to make sure we have the capacity for most acute patients, said Lynette Saragossa, Chief Nursing Officer with Shared Health. According to Shared Health, 28 patients were moved from Health Sciences Centre to other facilities to help create capacity for patients impacted by the crash. RCMP continue to investigate the crash. This collision has raised comparisons to the Humboldt Broncos bus tragedy in 2018 when 16 people were killed and 13 injured in a crash with a semi-trailer on a rural Saskatchewan highway. Manitoba RCMP have said they are turning to their Saskatchewan counterparts for direction in looking into Manitoba crash. Here's a list of some other serious crashes involving buses and large vehicles on Canadian roads. On December 24th, 2022, a bus traveling from Kelowna, British Columbia to Vancouver on Christmas Eve rolled over on Highway 97C, known as the Okanagan Connector, leaving 4 people dead and 8 others hospitalized. Police said they suspect extremely icy road conditions played a role in the crash. On April 6th in 2018, 16 died and 13 were injured in Saskatchewan. A semi-trailer truck ran through a stop sign at Crossroad near the town, hitting the coach bus carrying the Humboldt Broncos junior hockey team. 16 people on the bus were killed, 10 players, the team's coach, assistant coach, a trainer, a radio play-by-play announcer, a statistician, and the bus driver. The truck driver pled guilty to dangerous driving, causing death and bodily harm. February 6, 2012. 11 dead and 5 injured in Hampstead, Ontario. A van carrying 13 migrant workers from South America ran a stop sign before it was broadsided by a truck in a rural community northeast of Stratford, Ontario in 2012. 11 people died as a result of this crash. 2 of the workers survived, as did all 3 people in the flatbed truck. A crash on January 12, 2008 in New Brunswick, where a van carrying members of the Bathurst High School basketball team crossed the center line on an icy highway and collided with an oncoming transport truck. 70 members and coach's wife were killed. In 2000, on March 16th, 8 toddlers died after the driver of a daycare minivan lost control of her vehicle and crashed into another van. The woman, whose son was among the dead, had been on her way to a pickup point where a bus would take 10 children to a sugar shack. A police report found some of the children were not wearing seatbelts properly, but prosecutors opted not to lay charges, saying the crash itself was not a result of negligence. October 13th in 1997, 44 died in Quebec. A bus carrying members of a seniors club missed a hairpin turn at the foot of a steep hill and crashed into a ravine in Quebec, about 110 kilometers northeast of Quebec City. 43 seniors and the driver died. Messages of condolences have been pouring in from the community and across the country for the victims and the families affected due to the crash in Manitoba. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, calling this tragedy unimaginable, shared his message. Let's listen in.
I want to express all my deepest sympathies and condolences to the people of Carberry, Manitoba, and the folks who have lost loved ones, who are living through moments of tremendous anguish right now. I think of the people who are in hospital now with injuries. I can't imagine what these families are going through. It, of course, brings back memories of other terrible incidents like in Humboldt, Saskatchewan. But I know that all of Canadians stand with people during this very, very difficult time. There are lots of questions, but mostly there are lots of tears right now, and we will be there for each other. And I'm announcing that today the flag on top of the Peace Tower will be at half-mast in honor of the victims, but obviously there's going to be lots that we'll need to be doing and talking about and grieving together for in the coming days.